Netflix, the company that once ruled the streaming world, has lost 200,000 subscribers in the last 3 months. The company that gave birth to the streaming service we can't live without and ruled the world with over 17,000 titles globally and generated $286 billion in revenue has suddenly started to experience rapid decline. Nobody wants to subscribe to Netflix anymore, and existing users are leaving the platform in droves. But why? What did Netflix get wrong? And most importantly, what powerful business lessons can you learn from this fascinating case study and implement into your business? Let's go back in time. This story starts in the year 1991 when Reed Hastings, along with Mark Randolph, started Atria Software that later merged with Pure Software after they went public and formed a new entity known as Pure Atria, which I guess is still operationally active. And by 1997, Rationale Software acquired Pure Atria for $750 million, which at the time was the biggest acquisition in Silicon Valley. Reed and Mark used their share of the money from this deal to co-found Netflix. I mean, nobody knows the real origin of the giant, and the company has done a great job hiding its secrets and keeping them in the shadows. Sources suggest Reed Hastings once rented the movie Apollo 13 from Blockbuster, but because he returned it 6 weeks late, he was fined $40. And due to the pain of that experience, it was said that when coming home from the gym one day, the idea of Netflix was born. The idea to start a subscription-based movie rental website, where people would choose a DVD and get it delivered to their front door. Now, these rags to riches stories that big companies sell us are really so that we can connect with them on a more human level. 29th of August 1997, Reed Hastings starts the company with Mark Rudolph, with 30 employees and 925 DVDs. Netflix.com became the world's first DVD rental site. But did you know in the early days of Netflix, there was a company that tried to buy them? That company was none other than Amazon's owner, Jeff Bezos, who initially offered $16 million to acquire the startup. Mark Rudolph wanted to take the deal, but Reed Hastings, who owned 70% of the company, refused to sell. Netflix has always had to fight off the competition, starting with Blockbuster, an existing player with almost $4 billion in revenue and more than 6,000 stores worldwide. But there was a major flaw in its revenue model. You see, 16% of its revenue came from late fees, which was the main gripe of almost all of its customers. I mean, with everything going on in the average person's life, it's going to be easy to forget to return a DVD on time. And Netflix made this flaw in Blockbuster's model its biggest strength. In 1999, Netflix, with its DVD rental service, moved over to a subscription model. Netflix offered unlimited DVD rental services to its customers for just $10 per month, without any late fees. In fact, Netflix made no late fee its tagline, obviously targeting Blockbuster. So now the year is 2000, the dot-com bubble bursts, and tech companies were in a bad way. However, given the cash Blockbuster had in the bank, they had the opportunity to buy Netflix for just $50 million. But as the story goes, they laughed them out of the room, which for Blockbuster became a $150 billion mistake. Luckily, Netflix survived, and in 2002, Netflix came out with its initial public offering, or IPO, and floated on the stock market for $15 a share and raised $82 million. But then, 12 months later, Mark Rudolph quit, saying, "I'm an invisible face," and preferred the startup phase of Netflix. Meanwhile, not wanting to go down without a fight, in 2006, Blockbuster launched their own online DVD rental business called Total Access. Because having a network of more than 9,000 retail stores, they had a ready-made audience to market to, who could exchange their old DVDs for new ones. A strategy which became really popular, in fact. This move from Blockbuster caused Netflix to lose 55,000 subscribers in the first quarter of 2007. And that wasn't the only competitor Netflix had to worry about. Very few people know that in 2005, Walmart also entered the online DVD rental space. Walmart saw it as a loss leader strategy and believed that they could offer DVDs super cheap to attract customers to their more expensive or profitable product lines. Sounds good, but unfortunately, this plan never quite worked out because 2007 was the year when everything was going to change. It was this year that Netflix started their online streaming service. No one had ever heard of online streaming back then, and having invested millions of dollars in data analytics, a powerful algorithm sat behind the platform, presenting us with the content we liked. An algorithm that understands you better than you. Through your choices, you tell it what you like, it recommends those things, and you're kept on the platform for longer periods of time. The final stroke of genius came in 2013 when Netflix set up its own production house. But even without this, the popularity of Netflix was skyrocketing, and someone, somewhere, was about to take their last breath. Blockbuster, having a $1 billion loan to face, simply couldn't make the payments and went bankrupt. And that was it. Netflix didn't have any more competitors. Their market size was increasing day by day, and they were killing it. With its high-quality content and powerful algorithm-driven recommendations, Netflix won Best Online Streaming Platform for the next 14 years in a row. And if you were one of the lucky investors, you were getting more than 70,000% return on your investment. Crazy. Fast forward to 2022, Netflix had a presence in more than 190 countries with more than 221.6 million users with content in more than 40 languages. But with all of that success behind them, things were about to change. Due to the recent onslaught of competitors into the market, the share price of Netflix had dropped by over 370%. And today, Netflix faces two main threats. The first being its distribution network. In 2007, Blockbuster had a huge distribution network, and the very same network today is controlled by the likes of Disney, Paramount, and HBO, who have their own production houses through which they regularly deliver high-quality content. The difference, however, is that before launching it to their respective streaming platforms, they get released in theaters or regular TV. This means companies like Disney already generate profit before it gets to the streaming platform. And for this reason, Disney, HBO, and others always have more surplus cash than Netflix. The key issue here is around the lack of high quality content because Netflix, unlike Disney, Paramount, or HBO, simply doesn't have the same level of production experience or existing catalog to lean on. And this brings us to the second threat. Remember I said in 2005 that loss leader strategy that Walmart tried to do with Blockbuster and Netflix? Well, Amazon Prime is doing the same thing with Netflix today, because the main source of income for Netflix is subscription fees, whereas the main source of income for Amazon Prime is, well, the rest of Amazon. Amazon doesn't really earn through Prime, but it brings you into its ecosystem and provides other services. So, in 2024, to beat the competition, Netflix has to produce more high-quality content. But the problem is that it doesn't have enough cash, and as a result of share prices dropping rapidly, the day isn't far off when Netflix could turn into another Blockbuster. How ironic. But what important and powerful lessons can you learn from this case study and implement into your business? First, kill or at least reinvent your USP to keep your company competitive. The original USP for Netflix was being an online DVD rental service, which it changed into a subscription-based model, and then in 2007 to an online streaming service. And until today, they dominated the industry. But now there are sizable competitors in the market, which means that USP is no longer really a USP, at least not a strong or defensible one. Second lesson, always have more than one stream of income from the very beginning. Netflix was dependent on only one source of income from 2007 to 2019. They have only ever generated revenue from subscriptions. Netflix had more than enough time to create different income streams. So why didn't they? Probably because, like Blockbuster, they got comfortable and couldn't conceive of the inevitable. That one day, another company, big or small, will execute their USP better than they did. Something for you, my dear friend, to really think about. And if you enjoyed this video and want to know my honest thoughts on why 90% of businesses fail, ideas you won't hear anywhere else on YouTube, then click on the right-hand side of this video now. Ultra and out.